Come with me to celebrate Calvin graduating from law school. Now, Calvin is a planner. He's been planning this since 2023, so it was only right that I get there. When we arrived in Flint, I knew from the car in the airport that it was going to be a great weekend. Calvin met us all with passenger vans that were ready to commute us back. And as you peep, there were signs on the side of the van, which I thought was so cool. He had courtesy bags for everybody, and it just was a good commute back. Now, in our bags, he had fans, buttons, anything you could think of. Now, let's talk about the Graduate by Langston that we stayed at. Beautiful hotel. Everything was great. The amenities, the staff was so respectful and great. Like, 10 out of 10 would go back just to stay in the hotel. They also gave us these personalized sports cars to be able to get back and forth in our room, which I thought was really cool. And you can see that the view was immaculate. Now let's get into graduation day. We ended up running into our old vice principal, Miss Brookins, who came to celebrate Calvin. I thought that was so cool. I was the greeter, of course, make sure everybody get to what they need. And if you listen closely, you'll hear Calvin being the great person that he always is. I always knew that whatever he do, he'd be a great leader. So I snapped some pics of Calvin, looking how he was looking, ready to graduate. And this is the graduating class of 2026. He went last, of course, because there was so many people. But if you see, Dr. Calvin WILBORN at law is in effect. When I tell you Calvin went all out, he even had signs and fans for us. And as you can see, the graduating class of 2026 is ready to get back to their families. So it was almost 100 family members and friends that came to support from all over. It was overwhelmingly beautiful seeing so many people come together to celebrate such an amazing person. So let's go to this graduation den with this complimentary taco bar. Shout out to him and Laura for graduating. There were just so many beautiful people there. If you look through these next flicks, you'll see Calvin and his mom and his godmom, and just Calvin and some of his family as well as her family that came together to celebrate them. Of course, I'm the photographer, so I got to make sure that all the pictures are good, make sure everybody's getting fully. I've known Calvin since high school, and I always knew that whatever he decided to do, he would be great at. Now we're ready to go to the graduation party. Now, if you know Calvin, you know that he knows how to throw a shindig, and I know how to throw a fit. Perfect example. Now, have I learned this dance shit? No, I have not. Probably never will, but they knew it. And I guess they thought that they were better than me, but that's neither here nor there. They threw down, and the little girl in the green, she danced all night, okay? People had a few requests from the DJ, but the DJ kept us on our toes. And then Dreams and Nightmares came on. And they definitely gave Calvin a nightmare. But it was a good time. That's all that matters. Like, they definitely made sure, and I was right behind them singing every lyric. And as you can tell, everybody's having a great time. Epic party. Love it. Love down. Calvin did not know the words, but it don't matter because it's his party. He the birthday. Actually, he the graduate at the birthday. And just a beautiful time. 10 out of 10. Now, as you see, the dancing kept going. Everybody was dancing. Them are the cousins. And they get down, all right? They don't play. And then I made sure everybody got off the wall and cut a rug. And I remember telling this guy that he couldn't dance. And he showed me how Detroit gets down. He got down. So then everybody doing the Cupid Shuffle. By then, TT was hot. Burning up. Had been dancing the whole time. But still, beautiful time, beautiful experience. Calvin even cut a rug as he should. Because, at this point, it is his party. He's surrounded by all his friends and family. Then we end up going to the rooftop after party. The view was beautiful. And let's just say a time was had. Calvin had a great time. Everybody got home safe and sound. And in the words of Kennedy, congratulations, Calvin. Now, Saturday was the Mother's Day brunch, and we ended up going to this really cool spot that was actually 3 restaurants in one. And as you can tell, your girl is cutting another fit. All right, do y'all not see the material? Eight down, eight down. But we end up going to the breakfast loft. Great customer service. The food was so good. The omelet I had was 10 out of 10. Calvin set this up buffet style for us. Just immaculate weekend. Calvin need to graduate again so we can do it one more time. And that chicken was good to the bone. Do you hear me? Yes. So again, congratulations, Calvin. Love the fact that we got to celebrate you.